Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Rock and Roll Union Streamcast. It has been a long time since we touched base with you guys. Since October, as a matter of fact, I am so very glad to be back. Doesn't mean that we haven't been doing anything on the side of things, man. We haven't had a streamcast, but we have been busy working behind the scenes. So many amazing things scheduled for 2023. Crazy good things going as I came onto the air that I can't disclose yet. But 2023 is shaping up to be an amazing year for the Rock and Roll Union. We have been the voice of the Northeast music scene going on for 5 years now. Really, really excited. We will be having our fifth birthday bash. Mark it down in your calendar now. Lineup will be announced shortly, not tonight. It'll be announced soon, but the date is March 18th. Really excited to bring you a hell of a night. This is going to be at the Union Firehouse. Once again, that is March 18th. It is a date that you are going to want to circle on your calendar, and you're not going to want to miss it, whatever may happen. So we have a great show for you this evening. Our boys from Zenora will be coming in momentarily. They are getting ready to this weekend kick off their tour, man. They have a bunch of dates lined up, ending with, well, they're going to end up back here, but their Mecca, a lot of our Meccas, the Whiskey, they'll be playing the Whiskey on the Sunset Strip. A lot of dates, cool dates in between. They'll be playing some Midwest shows. They'll be playing some West Coast shows. Then they're going to come back here. They got a date once again at the Landis Theater. They have a date in Philadelphia. So a lot of good stuff going on for these guys. They just announced War Child, just dropped War Child last month. Great new album. If you haven't heard it yet, check it out. And a lot of other cool things have been happening as well. We announced the 2022 Artists of the Year, Black Rose Rebellion. They will be playing the break contest over at Casey Ray's. Speaking of the Landis Theater, that is the upstairs of the Landis Theater, Casey Ray's. They are having the break contest this coming Sunday afternoon. You're going to see a lot of bands, but I'm waiting to see how things work. Hopefully everything goes smoothly. So just going to watch a video from Zenora, and we will be back momentarily. Don't go nowhere.
Come on, pick up.
Hey, what's up?
Yo! I can't wait for you to see what we got going on tonight, man. It's gonna be huge.
Yeah, about that, I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it tonight.
What? Come on, I can get you front row seats and backstage passes for you and your friends.
I'm not sure what the issue is. There's a small problem with the sound. Guys, if you can just bear with me for one moment, we're going to take a quick break and we will be right back with you.
Come on.
Yeah, I know.
Where's he at, man?
Are you for real still talking with that band guy?
I might see you later. I gotta go.
Oh, wait. Oh, great.
Yo, come on, man.
Right.
Tonight, I take a big load to the city, looking for a steal, driving 70. Gotta wake up for a little bit of money, need enough style for the honeys. Your story sounded different from the landline. Keep on breaking up, losing track of time. Got dead vibrations, no escape. Charge up and energize for me, baby. One time tonight, I call your name, but no one answers. It's all in vain, despite my efforts. Can't seem to catch a break. Woo! Rolling out wild now, peeking down the street, word up with the top down, rocking to the beat. Girls got rhythm, she's causing a scene like a trick down V8 mean machine. It's too late to hitch a ride, baby. It's too late for compromise. When the lights go down and the curtain rise, the only choice I got is showtime, showtime. I call your name, but no one answers. It's all in vain, despite my efforts. Can't seem to catch a break. Na 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 na. Some things will never change. 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 I call your name, but no one answers. It's all in vain, despite my efforts. Can't seem to catch a break. Na 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 na. I've been calling your name. Na 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 na. No one answers. Na 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 na. Despite my efforts. Na 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 na. I can't seem to catch a break. Na 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 na. I can't seem to catch a break. Na 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 na. Na na na
Yo, he is. I guess he is.
Come here. Yo.
I wonder if he knows that.
Probably not. We get feedback if I check.
I think he's muted.
Yeah, probably.
How's that? Is that better?
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. Wouldn't be our first show back if we weren't having a couple little fupas. But, guys, please welcome Zenora. I know you guys are really, really amped kicking off your first, ever tour this weekend. And, man, I'm looking down at the schedule, and you guys, I can't keep up with it. You guys keep just adding dates, and it's awesome. How's it feel? How's it feel getting ready to go out on that first real adventure for you guys?
Invigorating.
It's so great, man. Yeah.
It's a lot of hard work goes into it, especially not planning it well in advance. All that kind of came together over the past 3 weeks. And we've had a lot of help from our friends over in Wild Street and Native Sons. They've helped a lot, helped us find these clubs and stuff and give us more connections than we did before. So I can't thank them enough.
Now, the one thing that I wanted to tell our viewers, and it's crazy because you guys were invited to play the whiskey with Native Sons, and you guys said, "What the hell? We'll just make a journey out of it." And I think that's great. Now, is your first show on this tour the one with Wild Street on the 7th?
The 6th is the first one with Wild Street in Irwin, PA. Then we played the 7th with them. And then we go to Pittsburgh and we head out to Louisville, and then we're going to be playing with Ashton from Native Sons when we're in Louisville.
Nice.
And he's got a couple dates with us on the way back too. So,
wow. Wanted to ask, you guys dropped Wild Child last month, was it, or November now? How has the reception been? How's things been on that end?
Nothing but positive reviews on it from people that were here. That people tell us, man, it's been the best album we put out so far. Especially we're going on tour because of it.
Yeah. I mean, I gotta really say, I mean, some of the songs we go back a ways. We've known each other for quite some time, and some of the songs I felt like I knew them by heart before, I heard them on the album because you guys have been playing them live for a little while. And any favorites from anybody in the band as far as favorite tracks are concerned?
Of course, the title track, War Child.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Catch a Break, for sure.
Yeah,
one of my favorites to play live. Everybody just sings it. That's the one everybody likes to sing when we're live, especially the young younger crowd.
Now, I got to ask because Dylan, you mentioned it very briefly at your record release when I was hanging with you, that there was a true story behind Backyard Party, and I'm dying to know what that story is and what the meaning behind that song is for you guys.
Well, it really all just came from us partying in a backyard. As simple as that. Big pool party, and everybody's hanging out, and it's super loud.
Yeah, we were playing, and I forget whose birthday it was. I think it was Daniel's birthday, and we were playing really loud, and the cops showed up, and then they hung out and watched us play.
Now, I got to ask you guys, because you guys kind of harken back to an old style of rock and roll that hasn't been heard from in a long time. Just bits and pieces here, maybe bands like Dirty Honey still have a taste of that left. What makes your passion for rock and roll relevant to you guys? I mean, it feels like rock and roll lost its way for a little while, and I really applaud you guys for bringing back that flair and bringing back, especially Dylan with the show. When people come and see you, they come to a show. They're not coming to just kind of stand there with their arms folded for an hour. So what is it about rock and roll that makes you guys want to reignite that flame?
It's just living life, I don't like to stand there with my arms full and go, "Oh wow, yeah, look at that dude playing his song." I want to go to a rock concert. So if I'm playing a show, I need to make people feel like they're at a rock concert, because if you're not, then why did you come?
Right.
So, it's just I've been to 100 rock shows. I've seen Kiss, I've Def Leppard, all that stuff. It's just engraved in my brain and heart and soul that's what you do at a rock concert.
Now, as far as influences for you guys, I mean, you guys are very young. You guys went to school with my son. So, I mean, as far as influences are concerned, who do you guys list as some of your major influences?
It's always changing. I feel like because sometimes it'll for all of us be Motley Crue and Kiss and and that stuff, and then we're all different. But for me lately, it's been a lot of like '60s stuff and that kind of thing. Blues for sure.
I've been listening to a lot of funk and disco lately.
Mm.
Disco balls, man.
Take that. Yeah.
Now, are there any other younger bands that it's so hard to catch bands nowadays because there's a million bands out there. Everybody's got a YouTube or a TikTok or whatever the case may be. Are there any bands out there that you guys would suggest people listen to that maybe they haven't heard before?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I get to the Resonators, and our friends are Reason for Revenge. They're great.
They rock pretty hard. Rat Rod's up there. Whiskey Grin, and I mean, out of this area, those are like my favorites, 100%.
Now, you guys were all. Now, did you guys all meet? I mean, it's been a long time that you guys have been. How long has the band been around now?
I don't know, 5 years.
I say 5 or 6 years. Yeah,
something like that.
I was gonna say it's been a long while. Now, did you guys all originally meet from School of Rock? Is that how you guys originally got together?
Yeah, it was at Rock University in Turnersville.
That's awesome. I mean, because it's good to see that things come out of that. You know what I mean? Now, if there are younger heads out there that are watching this interview or keeping up with you guys, what would you suggest to some of the people that maybe were your age when they're just now starting?
Go out and play.
Yeah.
Do that as soon as possible.
Don't get distracted by lazy people who don't actually want to play music.
I just said believe in yourself. Just really believe in yourself, and you can probably accomplish anything you want. I feel like that's important.
Now, is there? And I'm sure you guys have seen it. You guys have been together long enough, playing out long enough, and have enough experience now to know some of the things that are maybe the shadier side of the business or some of the backbiting that goes on in the background. What are some of your pet peeves as far as being in the scene?
If you're not going to pay me, tell me before I play.
Yeah.
That's if you're just an honest person, like, okay, at least there's a mutual like relationship from person to person, but don't be shady,
Yeah.
Be true to what your craft is. And if you can't afford to pay a band, tell them.
And that's one of the bad things that's out there right now is a lot of bands aren't getting paid. They're not getting what they deserve. The venue, you guys are from South Jersey, and you know how many or how few venues we have left. There's some along the shorelines, but like the outer skirts of Philadelphia, as far as South Jersey is concerned, has gotten few and far between. But Casey Ray's seems to be one of the bright spots for you guys. How'd you guys end up connecting with Casey Ray's, and what would you suggest about? I was suggesting to the viewers before you guys came on that there's a break contest for the Bamboozle Festival this weekend. And I love Casey Ray's. How'd you guys end up connecting with them?
It's a funny story. When they first opened, I don't know, what was it, a year and a half ago or something like that. We got contacted to play some Friday night there. This guy it was like the first Friday every month or last Friday every month or something like that. It was like local, loud and local night or something like that. And we get put on the bill and we're like, oh, cool, another gig on a Friday night. So we roll up there just like every other night. We play our set. We walk off stage and the owner walks up to us and was like, yo, like, what did he say? He said, Striper's coming through. We want you to play with Striper. And we were like, yeah, right. You know what I mean? Okay, dude. And then we got an email saying that Striper it didn't work out, but do we want to open for Quiet Riot? And then we started like, when is this guy like really being serious? Like, yeah, nah. And it all just came from there. We opened for Quiet Riot, and then we just got closer and closer with Ray and Casey and Steven over at the theater. And man, they are great, great human beings. They're like family. That place, the Landis Theater in Casey Ridge, is like home for me.
Yeah,
it's the best club in South Jersey by far.
And I mean, I gotta say, as far as you guys have a new show coming up there that I'm really excited for, kind of glam rock 2023 with Ted Poley and Enough's Enough.
Yeah, I can't wait for that. I love being on that stage in the theater.
What is the date of that show, guys?
Feb 24th.
The 24th, because I know that you guys have a show when you guys get back. You have a show in Vineland, and then you have a show not too long after in Philadelphia. I think it's Sweeney's.
Yeah.
Right.
So you guys got some dates coming up for the hometown folks to check you out at. But I wanted to do a little throwback, if it's all right with you guys. I have the intro from your record release. I wanted to show that to our viewers. Really cool thing that you guys added, and I wanted to ask if it's something that's going to kind of be a staple for you guys. The guy that walked out on stage in the gas mask and the hazmat suit, like, was that planned? Was that something that you guys had like in the back of your head?
So originally, no. We made an intro track that like goes into the beginning of the song War Child. But I'm standing on stage plugging my amp in, and here comes this guy walking up in a hazmat suit and a gas mask. And at first, I kind of got scared. I was like, who let this guy in here? You know? I had to get on stage, and then like I figured out it was my buddy Mike, a real good time friend of ours. He's in the band Get to the Resonators. Check them out; they're awesome. And I had the idea right then and there, like, we're gonna put him up on stage that's how we're gonna start the show. There's gonna be the smoke and the sirens and all the lights flashing, and he's gonna be up there swinging the flag, and it just happened, really.
And that's great, man. And that's something that I really think that you guys could add in the beginning of your shows. Maybe not at every like bar and smaller venue, but when you guys do bigger shows, like maybe the Glam Fest or something like that.
It's totally gonna happen there. Yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead and put us in the background. We'll bring that up. Bear with me for 1 sec, guys. What an amazing night that was. And I got to say, guys, the one thing that really stood out in my head was that the place was packed for
Yeah.
original music. And like that was really a telltale sign to me that maybe there's an upswing coming back in rock and roll. And maybe you guys are at that pinnacle, man, that like I'm hoping that there's something that's said about the younger generation, and I'm tired of hearing it, and I always fight it every time I hear it, is that they're not music fans like the older crowd used to be, or they're not passionate about their music, and that's total BS. I mean, I use you guys as an example. Do you guys hear that, and what is your take on that?
That's always been one of my actual goals personally, was to kind of bring back rock and roll. I mean, like for a long time. So yeah, I mean, I think it's something that is really important.
I think that anybody that says the younger generation doesn't care about music is an idiot, because half the club that was there was young people.
Yep.
Half of them weren't even 21 in that
Yeah.
place on the dance floor. There's live video footage of it. And like, why would you I always hear that as somewhat of a negative thing, but like, I don't ever see anybody exposing young people to any type of music at all. They just bash what they're doing. It's like
Right.
bull.
Right.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? Like, there are music for everybody. You know.
Now, is that something? I mean, coming from a younger perspective from you guys, there's been something that I think has been haunting rock music for a while, and it's almost like a better than thou kind of attitude that some of the older crowd is having. When a good band does come around, Greta Van Fleet, for example, they're compared to Led Zeppelin. They're written off as just a Led Zeppelin wannabe. I think a lot of older rock fans are kind of trying to prevent younger music from happening. Do you guys feel the same way? Do you see that happening?
Um,
Yeah, I mean, I think I hear what you're talking about for sure, but
I don't think it prevents anything. though.
yeah, it's really the landscape of the music has just changed too, and maybe some of the music absorbing has to do with the old vinyl. You put it on and you listen to it. You sit there, you look at the thing, you have the headphones and everything. It's like it's a physical thing that you like. So with phones and all this stuff now too, it's the music experience is a little different. I feel like.
Now, as far as the culture, I mean, you guys come up in a much different time than I did with MTV showing music videos and things along that line. Where do you guys go for your music? Is there a certain like to find bands to look for new music? Is there any certain places that you guys go to?
Usually go to my CD cabinet. Yeah, the only new band I've ever heard and was like, wow, these guys are really good as Dirty Honey. I seen them 3 times last year, and they totally live up.
Yeah,
Live, they're kick ass. And
I saw them
I'm
open
not
for the
saying
Black
that
Crows
they
and
aren't good. It's just I haven't come across any. I just listen to the same old stuff all the time, and it doesn't keep me in a box. I mean, you listen to all 3 of them are records. They're completely different. Yeah, it's a rock band, but they just
Now, are there any certain parts of the country that you're more excited to see? Any what are you most excited to see when you guys are out there?
Driving from Texas to California, I want to go to the Grand Canyon really bad, and I wouldn't have had the opportunity to do that if I wasn't driving from Texas to California. So that's cool.
That's awesome.
And it's going to be really warm when we get to Texas, so I'm looking forward to that too. And leaving Kansas, I could say I'm not in Kansas anymore, so I can't wait for that.
Any plans on stopping through Nevada, maybe hitting Vegas a little bit?
If we have the chance, yeah. It'd be
we're
cool to
talking about
run around there for a night.
Now, one of the things that I wanted to share while you guys are here is you guys do have a GoFundMe for the tour. I also wanted to share as far as people wanting to pick up merch and music and those sort of things. How do people what are the avenues to go through? One, for the GoFundMe, and 2, to find your music and merch.
They're all on our website, ZenoraMusic.com. You just look at the tabs, and there's a tab for everything. GoFundMe, merch, music.
I gotta give mad props, Dylan, to your dad, man. Your dad really bust his ass for you guys. Mad respect to him as far as the manager is concerned, and you guys having somebody that you can rely on that's going to be honest with you out there. Looking forward to getting any kind of time out there with him on the road as well. I mean, he's kind of like the unsigned 5th member.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, he's going to be experiencing the tour with us along the whole way. So,
man. So, as far as any new videos, anything else coming up along that way?
We've been in the works to fiddle around up here in Neverland about 2 new music videos for the new record, but not till the spring or the summertime. We're gonna go on the tour. We're gonna do it. We got something else in the works for the springtime, but there's gonna be some new music videos out for this record for sure in the near future.
So we have a Facebook user. I wish I could say who it was, but they got to come through and kind of register with the StreamYard app for me to know exactly who it was. But they said, really excited for you. Congratulations. They've seen you and was impressed knowing you were going places. On the way up, keep rocking. So, guys, I think we all have the deepest faith in you guys. And I think you guys have a lot of stuff ahead of you, a lot of positive stuff. Is there any, do you guys feel any kind of pressure on that? Does that kind of come into play at all?
No, not really.
Positive.
Yeah, I think the only pressure that's been around us lately has been getting this tour together. There's not there's a label or something and putting it together for us. Just with our own blood, sweat, and tears, sleepless nights, and not having everything that we need. It's always second guessing, oh, did I forget something? It's like going camping for a month.
I mean, that was the other question as far as setting up that tour. I mean, hotels and everything else in between. I mean, do you guys know where you're staying, or are you just going to wait till you get there to kind of figure it out?
Well, we have a van that we're going to be staying in most of the time. When we get to Louisville, we have some friends out there that let us stay with us, as well as in California, we have a place to stay. But
nice.
We're gonna be staying in the van most of the nights.
Now you guys have a coming back this way once the tour is over. You guys have a date, I believe, in Kentucky, kind of like a one-off almost. Are you guys coming home first and then going back out?
No, we're gonna drive straight to Kentucky, and because we're playing Nashville after that.
Okay, all right. Now coming back, what's the end of the tour look like?
Well, we play Kentucky, and then we go to Kansas, and then Texas, and California. And then when we come back, we go back to Kentucky, and then Nashville, and then back to Jersey and Philly.
Gotcha.
And,
Gotcha.
Landis Theater.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're the 2 dates at the end as far as Landis and Sweeney's is concerned. You guys will have, I'm sure, a little bit more time at Sweeney's as opposed to the opening spot at Landis.
Yeah, I don't really know anything about time frames, but I know we're headlining Sweeney's.
That's nice. So yeah, you guys
I'll
will
play for like an hour and a half or something like a normal night.
That's awesome. Yeah, you guys will have a full set there, which is great. Any thoughts on jumping on any festivals or anything coming through? I know there's a lot happening this coming summer.
Yeah, we haven't talked about festivals yet. Really, we've just been hyper focused on getting away from the area we've been playing in the entire time.
Yeah, I'm sure. And you guys will actually be able to see some other talent that's out there on the road, which is fantastic. I've seen some of the posters that you guys have put up as far as other artists are concerned. Do you know personally any of the other artists that you're playing with out there on the road?
Yeah, in San Diego, my buddy Dave is opening for us. He lives out there. I met him the first time I went to California.
Nice.
And he went to school out there and everything, but his whole family's from San Diego. So when we got that gig, the first person I called was him, and we got that show got put together that night, just like that.
Wow.
That's cool.
Awesome.
And we were playing in Louisville with Ashton Blake. He's a great guy. He's the lead singer of Native Sons. He's playing with us in Nashville too. And then the second date we have in Nashville, our friend Abby Kay is opening for us. She's great. Her band is so awesome. We played with them up in
Dingbats.
and Clifton and Dingbats. That's right. Yeah, but 2 years ago or something like that.
So I would be remiss to ask you guys this, and if anyone else has any other questions that are viewing this right now, they can post them. But somebody asked if we can make this shareable. This is shareable. It'll also be shareable on the YouTube channel, and we will be posting this interview to Spotify tomorrow. But wanted to ask you guys, it's the very, very beginning of 2023. What are you guys most hoping for to see as far come to fruition for this year?
I'm thinking stay on the road and hopefully we can make another record soon. You know, that's what I'm thinking about a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. We're just experiencing new things we never did before. I've been playing in New Jersey my entire life, 12 years, and this is the first time ever I've got to taken something that I made out of this area. So many bands I see get stuck in the same 5 bars, which is cool. That's awesome, but it's never going to get more than the bar can hold. And I have a maximum occupancy for Zenora, and I want to think I'd be ever growing. Hopefully we can get out of the country into other parts of the world. That's my goal for this year.
I will say that it seems like a lot of the other parts of the world are a little more giving to the rock community than perhaps the United States is, unfortunately. But
very true. Yeah,
it's
Europe.
I've had so many people on from overseas that have said, I think of Johnny D from Doro's drummer, and he was saying how in Germany they just enjoy the music. Like, you don't have to tell people in Germany to not bring their phones to the show. They just don't. Like, it's something that I think is embedded in our culture to want to, like, kind of not live in the moment, but just brag about being in the moment.
I think there's a lot of exposure that can come out of people being like that. Like if somebody wasn't recording, so let's just say us at the show, they wouldn't be able to tell their friends about us. They wouldn't believe them. They would be like, look at this, you know. That's like free advertising, if you ask me.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and I've done it myself. It's I have no problem, and I wanted to see what you guys thought as far as some another point to another person to bounce this off of. I have no problem with going in and taking a video and being able to share maybe a great song. But the issue I think comes into play when somebody comes into the show and records the entire show and like doesn't enjoy a moment away from the phone.
Right.
Any thoughts to that?
I personally don't have any feelings, negative or positive. You paid to come into the show, and I have your money in my pocket. Record all you
Yeah,
want.
you're right.
It's
Okay.
kind of like however you want to
Yeah.
experience that. It's like up to you, and if you want to capture that experience and share that either with yourself in the present moment and or like after the fact with other people, it's like you paid to come see the show. It's like however you want to experience that. It's up to you.
It's a great point.
Yeah. I'm gonna have
Now,
time on stage regardless. You know.
as far as shows that you guys have personally seen, favorite rock show you guys have ever been to?
I love Kiss, seeing them live, dude. All the lights. I don't care about that backing tracks or anything. Like it's so awesome. Black Sabbath was pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely Sabbath for me. I mean,
I saw Airborne a couple months ago at Underground Arts in Philly, and that show was hardcore. And the first time I ever was at Underground Arts, and that's an awesome venue right in Philly. I was surprised I'd never been there before, but it just worked out.
Is there a lot of moshing and stuff at the Airborne show? I could see that happening.
It's awesome.
I love Airborne, man. I wish I was at that show.
The band that opened for them was awesome. They're called Native Hal. They're like a thrash.
Native Hal is
like
awesome.
Like it was the coolest thing I ever saw in my life.
Now, if you guys, this is something that I love to point out. There was a show called No Cover. You can watch the entire season on YouTube. The judges were Alice Cooper. Trying to remember who else was on. Gavin Rosedale. And a couple. And Native Hal were the winner of that show.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like where they started. Really, really cool band. Kind of like a hardcore bluegrass band.
I remember hearing them years ago, like a long time ago. I thought they were really great, and then didn't hear anything for a long time. But all of a sudden, they pop up. Mm-hmm. They're really good. Yeah.
Yeah, we had a cool experience with that show you're talking about, No Cover. So we actually like auditioned to be on it before the first season ever even happened, and we didn't make it, but we got to what was the dude's name? Tom Zutaw. Yeah, we had an hour-long consultation with Tom Zutaw, the dude who signed Motley Crue.
Nice.
A hell of an experience to come out of that. It was only like a handful of bands that didn't get picked for the show got to talk to him, and we just happened to be one of them. And he gives a lot of useful insight, a lot of things to do, to watch out for, things not to do. Yeah, so that was cool.
Now, have you found yourself doing anything different that he pointed out that you've actually taken back and kind of reworked in yourself?
Yeah, he kind of told us don't be so generic. I mean, I feel like as people grow, they learn how to describe themselves in better ways. I don't know if that directly came from him, but it was definitely nice to hear from somebody that's been in the music industry, different bands that I literally look up to every single day. So maybe that had some bit of an influence. I couldn't really tell you.
Well, guys, thank you so much for being here tonight.
For having us, man. We love you, dude. Anytime you want.
Oh, man, you guys know how much I love you guys and enjoy coming out. One last question. This goes out to you, Del. After you get back from the tour, do you plan on going? Are you restarting your open mic?
Yeah, actually, it's not stopping while we're out there. It's still going to be happening. We just won't be there for the time being. Danielle's still going to be rocking it over at Coconut Grove in National Park for the record, sponsored by On the Record Vinyl Store in Collingswood. It's in Woodbury. Yeah.
Every Tuesday, 8 o'clock.
Our buddy Mike will be rocking and rolling over there, taking our spot. So.
Yep.
And for anybody watching, that's such a beautiful spot, right on the water. I mean, really cool spot. Summertime, you can enjoy that right on the water a little bit more, but really nice spot. So.
Yeah. Couple weeks it's been pretty enjoyable too. It hasn't been too cold, so last week
it's hard to believe January.
We did a whole Zenora going away party, man. It was pretty jumping in there when we were playing. past couple weeks you have not been able to find a parking spot.
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
So it was a pretty big party, especially out on the deck. It was real nice out last night, so it was warm and heartwarming and stuff. So it was nice.
Awesome. Guys, thank you so much. You guys will be doing videos from the road?
Yeah. We'll keep everything on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. It'll be all we going. And we may or may not be making a documentary as well aside from that, but keep that on.
Awesome. So, guys, make sure you keep up to date with Zenora on their social media. You guys can also be found on Spotify and all those music apps. And but do better than that and buy their merch, man. Buy their music. And guys, best of luck on the road. Can't wait to see you guys when you get back. And Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, man.
Have a good night, guys.
You too, man.
Rock out.
So, guys, that was Zenora, man. I'm really, really excited for them. They have a lot of good stuff coming up. A lot of stuff to look forward to. As you can tell, it happened, and I would be wrong if I didn't point it out that the arm of my glasses fell off during the show. But I'm still waiting for the new pair to come in. So. Just really excited for Zenora, and I need to throw out a message for our sponsor. Rosenfeld Dental Associates has now sponsored the 2023 Rock and Roll Union Streamcast for the upcoming year. You can find them at 1095 Inman Avenue in Edison, New Jersey. Go rock your smile with the Rock Doc. David Rosenfeld, nominated one of the top dentists of 2022. Rock star dentist to the stars, guys. You want to make sure you get out there. Mention Rock and Roll Union upon booking your first appointment, and they will cut you a fantastic deal. Once again, Rosenfeld Dental Associates. You can find them at njsmile.com. If you would like to sponsor the Rock and Roll Union Streamcast, we're still looking for sponsors. We're still looking for support. Always looking for support. And wanted to thank all our viewers, everybody for watching tonight. Next week, man, I'm really, really excited. Black Rose Rebellion will be on the show. They are playing the break contest this coming Sunday at Casey Ray's. We were talking to Zenora about Casey Ray's. That is upstairs at the Landis Theater in Vineland, New Jersey. They got, I want to say, probably close to 20 bands playing that day. They're all 20-minute sets, so if there's a band there you want to catch, make sure you get there. If you want to support Black Rose Rebellion, who were 2022's Rock and Roll Union Artist of the Year, you can go to buy those tickets off of Casey Ray's, and make sure when you go down to the drop-down menu, you place that ticket under Black Rose Rebellion. Give those guys all the support in the world. And somebody commenting on my shirt, man. Love my sick Vicky. I wish I knew who it was. I'll find out later. But guys, just a small reminder as you come onto StreamYard, if you go through, there's a short little pre-register thing. So for me, it comes up as Facebook user. If you go through and click that little button, it'll tell me exactly who's commenting, who's saying what, so that we're able to kind of know who you are. So once again, Black Rose Rebellion, they're playing this coming Sunday at Casey Ray's, and they will be our guest next Wednesday night. Also looking ahead, we have the Rock Debate Club. Really, really looking forward to that. Last year we had a series called Vinyl Siding where we did album reviews. We're going to kind of tie that together with the Rock Debate Club. The first show will be Van Halen versus Van Hagar. We will have tributes from both sides of Van Halen on to debate their side and kind of verify what side of the argument that they're representing. All the debates, all the arguments, any of the topics, the hot topics that have existed in rock and roll forever, we will be discussing once a month coming up. That will take place next Saturday, not this coming Saturday, but the following Saturday that will debut. So keep an eye out for that. Please make sure that you like the Rock and Roll Union YouTube page. Hit that bell for the reminder so you don't miss anything. We will be doing some live interviews from Casey Ray's for the Break Festival, for the Bamboozle Festival, coming up this Sunday. So, guys, make sure you come out. If you're out and you see me, make sure you say hi. And that does it for us tonight. And until next time, don't just leave it better. Have a great night, everybody.